Have you ever wondered why some people stay calm, even when life throws chaos their way? What if insults and negativity could actually help you grow stronger instead of breaking you down? And imagine this: mastering your emotions so deeply that nothing and no one can shake your inner peace. Let's begin this powerful journey. Sometimes life doesn't just challenge you, it tests every ounce of your patience. People may insult you, and circumstances might push you to the edge. It can feel like no matter what you do, the noise and pressure never stop. But here's a question worth pausing for. What if you didn't have to let any of it affect you? What if you could face life's harshest storms and still remain calm, grounded, and unshaken? In today's video, I'm going to share 10 powerful Buddhist principles that will help you rise above emotional chaos. You'll learn how to turn insults into growth, detach from outside negativity, and become emotionally invincible. These timeless teachings can guide you to take back control of your inner world and stop letting life dictate your peace. If you're ready to reclaim your emotional power and transform how you respond to the world, then stay with me. This may just be the video that shifts everything. First, turn insults into opportunities. When someone insults you, the natural reaction is to feel offended or hurt. But what if you saw it differently? What if that moment was actually a rare opportunity, a space for you to strengthen your patience, resilience, and emotional maturity? Insults often reveal more about the one who throws them than about the person receiving them. So instead of reacting, take a breath and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Maybe it's a moment to practice self-control. Maybe it's a test of compassion for someone who is clearly struggling inside. Every insult can become a stepping stone, an unexpected tool to help you grow stronger and wiser. This simple mindset shift does more than just protect your peace. It transforms negativity into fuel for inner growth. Difficult interactions don't have to drain you. They can teach you empathy, patience, and self-mastery. By turning insults into opportunities, you take the power away from negativity and place it back in your own hands. 2. Never let others' words control your emotions. Your emotions are yours to govern. Handing that power over to someone else, especially someone who's criticizing or belittling you, only leads to suffering. Remember, what others say is a reflection of their mindset, not your worth. If someone speaks unkindly about you, it's not a mirror of your value. It's a window into their worldview. When you choose not to absorb or internalize that negativity, you remain in charge. Ask yourself, why do those words bother me? Sometimes it reveals more about your hidden insecurities than about their judgment. Instead of reacting, take a pause. Reflect. When you detach from others' opinions, you unlock emotional freedom. This is how you protect your peace, not by controlling the world, but by mastering your response to it. 3. Demand excellence from yourself. Offer grace to others. Hold yourself to a higher standard, but don't expect perfection from the people around you. True personal growth means demanding more from yourself while offering understanding and kindness to others. Everyone is on their own path. When a coworker slips up or someone lets you down, respond with empathy, not judgment. Let them grow at their own pace. At the same time, stay fully committed to doing your best every single day. This balance keeps your energy high without being drained by others' mistakes. When you expect excellence from yourself, you uplift your spirit. When you show grace to others, you create a peaceful, supportive space for everyone. Compassion doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. Your standards should elevate you, not isolate you. And by practicing grace, you become a person others feel safe growing around. 4. Transform every interaction into a learning experience. Imagine this. Every person you meet, whether kind or cruel, is actually your teacher. Even the most difficult individuals can offer you a lesson if you're open to learning. When you approach each interaction with curiosity instead of judgment, frustration fades away and growth takes its place. Think of a tense conversation with a rude person. You could let it ruin your day. Or you could pause and ask, what is this teaching me? Perhaps it's an opportunity to practice patience, to deepen your empathy, or to simply let go without needing to prove anything. This mindset turns every encounter, pleasant or painful, into a chance to evolve. Life no longer happens to you. It begins to happen for you. What once felt like conflict becomes a training ground for wisdom. Even the people who challenge you most may unknowingly be helping you build the emotional intelligence that will serve you for life. When you see challenges as part of your path, not obstacles, but stepping stones, your sense of empowerment expands, and the world starts looking a lot less hostile and a lot more meaningful. 5. Emotion is temporary. Let it pass. Have you ever been caught in a storm of emotion, only to realize hours later that the intensity has faded? That's because emotions are like weather. They come, they go, and none of them stay forever. Anger, sadness, fear, they may hit hard, but they're not permanent. When an intense feeling arises, don't panic or suppress it. Instead, observe it. Breathe through it. Remind yourself, this too shall pass. Think of emotions like waves in the ocean. If you resist them, they crash harder. But if you ride them calmly, they pass beneath you, leaving you unharmed. The problem arises not from emotions themselves, but from clinging to them, identifying with them. By choosing to witness your emotions rather than becoming them, you begin to cultivate deep emotional resilience. Let your emotions drift by like clouds across a peaceful sky. The more you practice this, the more centered and calm you'll feel in everyday life. 6. Become invincible. No one can hurt you without your permission. True emotional strength doesn't mean you never feel hurt. It means you understand your power. No one can truly harm your peace unless you allow them to. When someone betrays your trust or speaks harshly to you, it's easy to feel wounded. But what if, instead of spiraling into hurt, you reminded yourself, their actions don't define my state of mind, I do. You hold the key to your inner world, and when you choose not to let others dictate your emotions, you step into a place of unshakable power. This isn't about shutting off your heart, it's about protecting it with clarity. Emotional invincibility means rising above the noise, maintaining your serenity, and responding with wisdom rather than reaction. And the more you shift your focus from what others do to how you respond, the more unstoppable you become. Nothing on the outside can shake you because you've built a fortress of peace within. 7. Master the art of acceptance. At the heart of peace lies one essential skill: acceptance. That doesn't mean giving up. It means learning to stop fighting what already is. When life doesn't go as planned, our first instinct is often resistance. We wish things were different. We push, we fight, we struggle, and in doing so, we suffer. But when you learn to accept reality, something powerful happens. You stop wasting energy on what you can't change and start focusing on what you can. Did a plan fall through? Did someone disappoint you? Instead of spiraling into frustration, ask yourself, can I accept this moment as it is, without needing to control it? Acceptance is not passivity. It's wisdom in action. It's the choice to find peace within imperfection and to trust that even difficult moments serve a greater purpose, even if that purpose isn't yet clear. When you embrace life as it flows, you become lighter, stronger, and more open to the possibilities hidden inside every twist and turn. The more you practice acceptance, the less reactive and stressed you'll feel, because you're no longer at war with the present moment. 8. Find strength in detachment. Detachment is one of the most profound and empowering principles in Buddhism, yet it's often misunderstood. Many people think detachment means shutting off your emotions or not caring about anyone or anything. But that's not what true detachment is about. In reality, detachment is freedom. It means you can love deeply, work passionately, and care sincerely, without letting your happiness depend entirely on outcomes, possessions, or people. It's about maintaining inner balance, even when the outside world doesn't go your way. Imagine you've worked hard on a project, poured your heart into it, and it doesn't succeed. Or maybe a relationship you value takes an unexpected turn. Without detachment, these moments can leave you devastated. But with detachment, you step back. You still care. You still feel. But you are no longer ruled by the results. Detachment isn't about giving up on goals. It's about doing your best and then surrendering the outcome. Whether things turn out the way you hoped or not, your inner peace remains untouched. You realize, my effort is within my control. The result is not. Detach from external approval. Another powerful area where detachment plays a role is in our need for validation. If you're constantly seeking praise or approval from others, your emotions will rise and fall with every compliment or criticism. But when you practice detachment, you begin to free yourself from this emotional roller coaster. That doesn't mean you stop valuing feedback. It means your worth no longer depends on it. You can still appreciate kind words, but you don't need them to feel good about yourself. This emotional independence gives you incredible strength. Detach without losing connection. This principle is especially important in relationships. To love someone deeply doesn't mean becoming emotionally dependent on their mood, their approval, or their attention. Detachment helps you maintain your sense of self, even while offering love and support to others. You still care, but you don't cling. You still help, but you don't control. You focus on your actions, your honesty, your effort, your compassion, and let go of trying to control how others respond. When someone you care about is struggling, detachment allows you to be present without being consumed. It's the difference between supporting and sinking. Detach from possessions too. In our modern world, it's so easy to become attached to things. The newest phone, the perfect outfit, the shiny car. But everything material is temporary, and relying on it for lasting happiness is like chasing shadows. Detachment doesn't mean you throw everything away. It means you enjoy what you have without being trapped by it. You can own things, but they don't own you. When you let go of the fear of losing your possessions or the constant craving for more, you feel lighter, freer. Start with awareness. So how do you actually practice detachment? Begin by noticing your emotional responses. When you feel angry, anxious, or disappointed, pause. Ask yourself, what am I clinging to right now? Is it someone's approval, a specific outcome, a material item? Just asking this question creates a moment of mindfulness, and in that space, you begin to loosen your grip. You start to let go, not of caring, but of attachment. It's not easy. Detachment is a practice. It requires patience, awareness, and time. But the more you do it, the more you'll notice something powerful. You're becoming stronger, steadier, and more peaceful. Detachment allows you to engage fully with life, without being entangled by it. It is the gentle art of caring without clinging, giving your all without losing yourself, and trusting the flow of life even when things don't go as planned. And when you discover that strength, when you stand calmly in the middle of both joy and disappointment, you begin to understand true peace. 9. Make self-care your top priority. In today's fast-moving world, it's easy to see self-care as a luxury, something you treat yourself to when you've hit a breaking point. But in truth, self-care isn't a reward or a side activity. It's the very foundation that supports your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Think of it this way. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you're constantly drained, exhausted, or overwhelmed, how can you show up fully for others, or even for yourself? Prioritizing self-care isn't selfish. It's necessary. It's how you maintain your strength, your peace of mind, and your ability to face life with clarity and calm. When you make self-care a non-negotiable part of your day, you begin to build a stable inner foundation, one that supports resilience, sharpens your emotional balance, and keeps stress from knocking you off course. Start with the basics. Your body needs you. Let's begin with the physical. Too often, physical self-care is brushed aside, yet your body is the vessel through which everything flows. Getting enough sleep, eating nourishing foods, drinking water, and moving your body, all of these have a direct impact on your emotional health. When you're physically exhausted or depleted, it becomes 10 times harder to manage stress, control emotions, or think clearly. That's why taking care of your body is not optional. It's the ground floor of your inner peace. Simple habits like stretching in the morning, taking a walk, or just pausing for a deep breath can shift your entire state of being. Mind and heart, emotional and mental self-care. Just as your body needs fuel, so does your mind. Emotional and mental self-care might include reading, journaling, spending quiet time in nature, or simply doing something that makes you smile. But perhaps the most powerful practice of all is meditation. Even a few minutes a day spent in silence, observing your breath, your thoughts, or simply the moment can help dissolve mental clutter. Meditation brings you back to yourself. It creates space between you and your stress. It allows you to reset. And let's not forget, self-care includes boundaries. So many people burn out not because they're lazy, but because they've said yes too many times. Learning to say no to what drains you is one of the highest forms of self-respect. Whether it's declining an invitation, limiting time with toxic people, or scaling back commitments that no longer align with your values, boundaries protect your energy. And energy is your most precious resource. Pay attention to your mental health. True self-care also means acknowledging when you need support. Stress, anxiety, or emotional overload aren't signs of failure. They're signs that something needs tending to. Talking to a therapist, a mentor, or even a trusted friend can lighten the load. Sometimes just putting your emotions into words is enough to prevent them from becoming emotional burdens. Whether through journaling, conversation, or quiet reflection, expressing what's within keeps your inner world clear. Make it personal. Your self-care, your way. Self-care is not one size fits all. What soothes one person may not work for another. Some find peace in painting, gardening, or baking. Others recharge through yoga, running, or playing music. The key is to check in with yourself regularly. Ask, what do I need right now to feel grounded? And then, here's the important part, listen. Give yourself permission to rest, to laugh, to unplug, to not be productive. Because resting isn't laziness. It's preparation for the next chapter of your life. Be kind to yourself. Always, we are often our own harshest critics. But real self-care means treating yourself like someone you love. It means releasing unrealistic expectations, allowing space for mistakes, and recognizing that being human includes not always having everything figured out. Balance your ambition with compassion, your goals with rest, your drive with gentleness. When you do this, when you prioritize self-care as a daily ritual, you don't just feel better, you become better. You respond more calmly, connect more deeply, and show up more fully for everyone and everything that matters. Think of self-care like the foundation of a home. When it's strong, you can weather any storm. But if it's neglected, even the smallest stress can cause cracks. So build that foundation daily. Protect it. Honor it. In the last section, we talked about self-care as the foundation of inner peace. Now, let's uncover a quiet but life-changing practice, one that doesn't require any external tools, yet can transform how you see the world. That practice is gratitude. 10. Harness the transformative power of gratitude. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good sentiment, it's a powerful mindset that can completely change the way you experience your life. At its core, gratitude is the practice of shifting your attention from what's missing to what's already here, from lack to abundance, from stress to serenity. You see, gratitude is not only about saying thank you for the good things, it's about developing a deep appreciation for everything, including the uncomfortable, the inconvenient, and the unexpected. When you practice gratitude regularly, you rewire your brain to seek out the good, even in difficult situations. And this shift is no small thing. It has the power to move you from frustration to acceptance, from despair to hope. Gratitude in tough times. Think of a moment when life didn't go your way. Maybe you lost something. Maybe someone hurt you. In those moments, the pain is real. But what if, instead of spiraling into negativity, you paused and asked yourself, what can I be grateful for right now? It might be something small, a friend who checked in, a lesson you learned, even the strength you found within yourself to keep going. That one question, what can I be grateful for right now, can help reframe your experience. It doesn't make the problem disappear, but it gives you a steadier mind to face it with. The science behind gratitude. Gratitude is more than a spiritual practice. It's backed by science. Studies show that people who practice gratitude consistently experience less stress, better sleep, improved relationships, and higher levels of emotional well-being. When you express gratitude, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, natural mood boosters. And it doesn't take much. Even appreciating a warm meal, a kind gesture, or a quiet evening can lift your spirit and settle your nervous system. Start small. The Gratitude Journal. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to build this habit is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 to 5 things you're thankful for. They don't need to be grand. In fact, the more specific and small they are, the more impactful the practice becomes. Maybe it's the sound of birds in the morning, a smile from a stranger, the way your tea warms your hands. These moments matter. They build a mindset of noticing what's beautiful rather than what's missing. Over time, this daily ritual can shift your entire outlook, making you more grounded, resilient, and emotionally balanced. Gratitude strengthens relationships. Gratitude isn't just internal, it's relational. When you take time to appreciate others for their presence, their support, or even just their effort, it strengthens your connection with them. Gratitude opens the heart. It creates room for kindness, forgiveness, and deeper understanding. It can turn casual moments into meaningful ones. It can even help heal damaged relationships, because when you focus on what you value in someone, you soften the lens through which you see their flaws. Peace with the past, hope for the future. Many people carry wounds from the past, regrets, losses, missed opportunities. Gratitude helps us shift that story. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, we begin to recognize the lessons, the growth, and the inner strength that came from those difficult experiences. Gratitude doesn't deny the pain. It honors the growth. It says, "That was hard, but it shaped me." And when you see how far you've come, you begin to look to the future with more hope, more faith, and more peace. Anchoring in the present moment. So often, we get stuck in the mindset of not enough. Not enough money, not enough time, not enough success. Gratitude is the antidote. It brings us back to the now, to what's already here, already working, already beautiful. In this moment, right now, there is something to be thankful for. The breath in your lungs, the sun outside your window, the chance to begin again. Gratitude helps you stay rooted in the present and protects you from the constant chase for more. It teaches you to recognize that joy doesn't only live in the future, it can be found in this moment, if you're willing to see it. Gratitude builds emotional strength. Life will always have highs and lows, but a grateful heart doesn't collapse when things get hard. Instead, it rises, with gentleness, with faith, with a quiet strength. When you're grounded in gratitude, you become more patient with life's timing, more accepting of its twists, and more resilient through its storms. Because you know, even here, there is something to appreciate. And now, as we reach the final reflection of this journey, let's gently bring everything together. Because these 10 principles aren't just ideas, they are a path toward lasting peace, clarity, and emotional freedom. If you found value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Buddhism Seeds for more wisdom that nurtures the soul. And don't forget to leave a comment. What are you most grateful for today?